Good morning, afternoon, or evening if you're doing it at night. All right, we've got a nice AMRAP 20 here for your Tuesday. All right, what we got here is 10 per arm of a hang dumbbell snatch, then 10 per arm of a dumbbell push press, 10 per arm of a dumbbell overhead lunge, and then finishing each round with a good pump, 20 push-ups. All right, so it's an AMRAP 20, as many rounds as you can get here in 20 minutes. Okay, and you're looking to get about 4 to 5 rounds within that 20-minute window. Okay, what you're looking for each round is each of these 3 movements here are 10 per arm, and you're looking to finish, okay, 10 on one side before you switch that dumbbell, okay, to the other arm to finish out the other 10. So we're not looking to do 5 on one arm of a snatch, then 5 on the other, and then doing that again. You want to try and get all 10 done on one arm for each of these movements before you switch to the other arm. Okay, the push-ups, you're looking to get these done in about 2 to 4 sets. So if you need an elevated surface, use that elevated surface to do those. Or if you don't, you can do them on the ground in 2 to 4 sets. Stick with that. All right, so starting out here, you got those hang dumbbell snatches. Okay, what these are gonna look like, okay, is you're gonna start with that dumbbell in between your feet. Feet are gonna be underneath those shoulders. You're gonna get a nice tall chest to pick this dumbbell up. Okay, so make sure we're not rounding our back to pick that dumbbell up, but it's from the hang. So I have 10 on one arm here. So what that dumbbell snatches are gonna look like, you can have 2 options here. You can hold this dumbbell vertically, okay, so pointing forward. It's gonna go through the hips, so my hips are gonna go back with a tall chest, so I can squeeze my butt, go into that pop shrug position, and then drop underneath in that power catch position, or pop my hips and get a nice muscle snatch overhead. Either one, my biceps going straight to my ear overhead. Okay, so again, holding it vertically into a muscle snatch or into a nice power catch position in that quarter squat. If you want to also, I can hold this horizontally, okay, get a nice dip, still with a nice tall chest, hips back, and then now I'm driving my elbow high, again, into a muscle snatch or into that good power catch position into that quarter squat. If you have a light dumbbell, I would suggest going into the muscle snatch. If you have a little bit of a heavier one, utilize that quarter squat position so you use those legs to catch that weight each time. So again, it's 10 on one side, then switch to 10 on the other, not 5 and 5, 2 rounds. Your next movement, the dumbbell push presses. Same thing, 10 on one side, then 10 on the other. I'm gonna hold this dumbbell in that front rack position. Feet are gonna be underneath my hips. Elbows gonna be high and active. Back of the dumbbells touching my shoulder. I'm gonna keep a nice tall chest. I'm getting a quick quarter dip into that nice squat, and I'm driving up with those legs. Same thing as the other movements, biceps to my ear overhead. I'm not arching and leaning back. So again, it's just a quarter squat, weight in the heels, use those legs to drive that weight overhead. It's not a pause and then stand and press. Make sure it's a dip drive and get that dumbbell overhead fast. So 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Once you finish, you have a dumbbell overhead lunge, 10 per arm. Okay, so these are the only ones where your legs are alternating, but your hand, okay, is holding it for 10 reps. So what you're doing is keeping this dumbbell overhead, bicep to the ear. I'm taking a nice deep breath in, big step out, my knee touches the ground lightly, weight stays in the front heel, and I'm pushing back. Keeping it in this hand, I'm just gonna go with my other leg and switch. So I'm alternating legs, but keeping this dumbbell in one hand for 10 reps. Once I get 10, I'm gonna switch, and then I'm gonna keep on going, alternating my legs. If that dumbbell overhead lunge is hard, just bring it to the front rack position. You can go from here, nothing changes with the legs, weight alternates with the legs, stays with the arm for 10 before you switch. Last one here, okay, those 20 push-ups. Okay, so if you're going from the ground here to start, okay, if you can get that done in 2 to 4 sets, which means you're going 10 and 10, or maybe even 10, 5, 5, that's feet are together, core's nice and tight, elbows are tight to my side. I'm making sure just my chest touches the ground, and I'm pressing back up. So making sure each time I have that full range of motion, no chicken winging or no warming up off of the ground. All right, if you have to, an option today, if you don't have a surface to go off of, you can go off the knees, so feet in the air, making sure again, elbows are tight, pressing straight up, full lockout. If you need a box, right here, hands on the edge, make sure your core is nice and tight, squeezing the butt, elbows to the side, and you're pressing back up. So again, this can be a chair, a couch, whatever you have that maybe elevate yourself up. During the 20 minutes again, looking for 4 to 5 rounds, maybe even venture off in a round 6 if you're a beast, but either way, it'll be a good dumbbell pump session, give us some fun movements. Have fun with this one. Happy Tuesday.